Vancouver, what's up? Now we have your time. Hi guys, you're welcome back to my channel. Today I'm sharing about our 3-day trip to British Columbia. Beautiful British Columbia, by the way. We went to Vancouver. We also did a day trip in Victoria, and you're going to see all of it. I shared our the time stamp, like the days, what we did, activities, and all of that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share, comment, just engage this video. Thank you so much and keep watching, guys. Thank you. Bye. Okay, so this was us going to the airport. Our flight was for 1:45 p.m. and if I tell you we didn't fly until about 7 that same day, you won't believe. I was so excited on our way, but I'm sure you will see that I didn't even have any video of my airport experience because it was horrible. See my daughter, see her hair, see that fine hair, see what it has turned out to be. But finally we moved at about 7:30 p.m. and on our way to Vancouver. So I'm going to tell you why we did not travel until about 7:30, even though the initial flight was for 1:45. We missed the flight, guys. Not that we didn't get to the airport early, but I messed up. When you already have a mental understanding of what you're packing. I remember I was saying, no, I don't have any, the idea I was going to take was going to be my passport, my Nigerian passport. We were already at the check-in area, only for me to realize that it was our turn already. After waiting for so long, because the queue was so long. It was a long holiday. It was Canada Day's holiday, so it was a lot of people were traveling, and it dawned on me that I didn't have a means of ID. So, but thank God we were able to reschedule that flight because we missed it. My husband had to go back home. By the time he came back, we already missed the flight. So we were able to reschedule it because they already changed the time at some point. So that was a valid reason for us to reschedule at no cost. It was so good that same day. So we stayed at the airport and it was horrible. But we made it, and our friends were already at Vancouver waiting for us because their own flight was even already earlier before us, but they even got there early. Finally, we got to Vancouver, and this is us going to our hotel, Blue Horizon. It's a very nice hotel. I was going to do a room tour, but you will see our time didn't permit me, but this is me changing. We're going to the beach. You're going to hear me saying we're going to the beach here. But we didn't make it to the beach the same day. Anyway, so we went to eat first, and the beach was just behind the restaurant. This was my husband gassing me up. So this is day one, basically. And first thing first is to eat, like I said. Alright guys, I'm going to leave you to keep watching and I will come in. Let me show you guys. Now I be tourist for this place. Hey Chi, say hi. Road to 30. Seriously, for me. I was even thinking that you made a mistake. A mistake.
No, you can't eat this.
So good. Yeah. Even that picture.
I also got this
Someone
video
was
just
so
with this.
excited about the food, but ended up not eating anything. She was only licking it. She would get the chicken. Did you see the clip where she was doing a dance? Imagine.
We're planning to do this. I should have known better. That's how.
Oh my.
So this was the next day at about 5:55 a.m. and we were on the way to the ferry port, and we were going to Victoria in British Columbia. So we were to use the ferry to Victoria. And if I tell you that our um our boarding time was for 6 a.m. and here we were at 5:55 jamming nicely to music and just enjoying life, and we're not even halfway to where we're going, and it was a 30-minute ride. So we knew we already missed that, but we're living by faith. You know when you say we walk by faith and not by sight. I tried to cancel, I tried to reschedule, I called them, but like I said, it was during the holiday, so no one was speaking. Like they were all closed, we couldn't speak to anyone, but we just said, you know what, we're still going to eat the road. So the guys were driving, I think my husband or Chine's husband, that's my friend, I can't remember, but we were just at the back seats jamming to cool music. And for the ferry, I'm just going to put the cost out here now. So watch the video. I'm not going to put anything in my description box. Honestly, it can be tiring, so I'm just going to say everything. So we already booked. We booked the ferry ride before before we came to Vancouver, before we came to British Columbia, and it was for 20 about $20 per person, and it's free for children 0 to 4 years. That was at this time. You can please do your own research and check. You can check bcferry.com, I think so. If you just write BC Ferry, you should be able to see like their website. So we booked, and we wanted to also take the car along, the car we rented, but the time we booked was already late, and I told you it was during the holiday, so it was full, so we couldn't take the car. But we just went, and we used the bus system in Victoria to move around, and it was so good. It was pretty good. I'm going to tell you, it was really nice. So when we got there, the good thing is when we got there and we told them, oh, we already missed our initial boarding time and all of that. I said, no, 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 no problem. That you don't have to come at that time. Provided you come that same day, you can always use your ticket. I was like, wow, you should have stated this. I wouldn't have been rushing to see. My daughter wouldn't even change her. Like, she was still sleeping. She was still in her sleeping suits. We had to go to the market just at the ferry port to eat, and we had something to eat, and we waited till the next ride. They said you can always wait. I think at every 1 hour or 1 hour 30 minutes, you can always get another one. So even if your ticket is for 6 a.m., you can go there at 8 a.m., you can go there at 10 a.m. and request for the next one to take the next one. And the so like that's just like the process. The highlight of our day too was our time in this ferry. Like, it was so beautiful. The view, like, I just wanted it to last. It was just 1 hour 30 minutes, but I wanted it to last like forever. And I just wanted to put this out too. For the cost for the ferry ride, the $20 per person was per trip. So for the round trip, like we going and coming back to Vancouver, was about $40 per person. So we got to Victoria and we used the bus. It was a day pass, $5, and but the only challenge is you had to pay by cash. And like anywhere in the city, you can always use that ticket. We wanted to stay on the first floor just to have that view, but the logistic was too much, so we gave up. But our friend said it was so beautiful. Our first stop was the museum, and before we can you see this royal ride, we tried to, but everywhere was just so busy. There were a lot of tourists just like us, and we didn't make it to the royal ride thing. But this particular area, I think it's called like the inner arbor, and like you can get to see a lot of places just here. So we didn't even have to take bus. We just stayed here. We went to the museum first. From the museum we went to the parliament building, which you're going to see soon. So this is like the entrance of the museum, and can you see the ticket? You can see the price.
Very nice to hear it. It's nice. Wow, what a nice T-Rex. You're training him very well.
So after that, we went for ice cream break. And like I said, it was Canada Day. This was not Canada Day. This was my birthday, July 3rd. But it was a Monday. It was the holiday for the Canada Day. Do you get? Canada Day was on Saturday. So a lot of people were outside. This is Parliament building, which is so beautiful. Unfortunately, we were unable to go in. They said the ticket was fully booked, but they told us there was a free show going on. So this was what we were able to experience and just seeing the building from outside generally.
Hi, hello. My
Anyway,
name
guys,
is
please
Taylor
enjoy.
Transom, and I was a student with Professor Parapet back in architecture school, like all of you are now. Anyway, I'm working on some designs, and I emailed the professor asking for some help, and this is all he said to me. He said, class on field trip to legislature tomorrow. Meet there, it will help. P. That's it. Only now I'm here and I don't see any famous architects anywhere, and I'm starting to spiral. Has anybody seen an older person, not fashionably dressed, maybe lost in thought?
Hey there, Fred. I might be able to help you out. The name's Gable. I'm a member of the precinct services team. We're the group that keeps this building in tip-top shape.
Hi there.
I saw someone of that description quite nearby, but tell me.
So after touring around that place, that downtown area, there were lots of things to see for free. We didn't even pay. Aside from the museum, we didn't pay for all that things. We're just looking at. We didn't spend money on doing it. But if there are so many places to see in Victoria, even for free, for if you want to pay, whale watching, all of those things. But this was our last spot, which was Butchard's Garden. We had to take another bus that brought us here, which was even far from the main town itself. And it's so beautiful, but unfortunately our phones were dead here and I couldn't even take a lot of videos. We're just using Chine's phone, my friend. It was just our own phone that survived. And if I tell you that we got back to our hotel at 11 p.m., we got lost at some point because all phones were finally dead. But we got back to the hotel at 11 p.m. We missed my dinner, my birthday dinner. We all just went to bed. And the next morning, we came to the pool. I don't know how to swim, by the way. But I wanted to try for my dad. But can you see her face? She cried. This girl wailed, not even cried. I had to abort the mission, guys. But we just sat down, watched the men, and after that we decided to go for breakfast because the day before, which was the day in Victoria, it was a lot of walking from one place to another. And I think that if I need to go back to Victoria, I'm going to make sure that I have like 2 days to enjoy it because it's a beautiful city on its own. Like, can you see the Parliament building, like giving like UK vibes and all of that? It was just so beautiful. And I feel like I didn't take enough time to like take everything in. So we're too tired. The dinner was for 9 p.m. And I think we would have made it for the dinner if there was not some sort of delay to on the part of the ferry. Like, we waited for so long, we're just like waiting. In fact, because it was the thick of summer, I remember someone fainted because the girl was so tired. She was tired of standing. We just saw that someone slumped and like, oh my god. They had to now divide, like they now told us to like just some people should move to the back so that fresh air can come in. And another factor was the fact that our phones were dead. And by the time we got back to the port and we took our car, all phones were dead. We needed to now find a supermarket, and it was late. So we needed to find somewhere that we could get like a charger to now charge phone. Then we now had to use Google Map to the hotel. So all of those things, all of those factors. If I'm going to go back to Victoria, definitely, even if it's going to be one day, I'm not going to like make any plans, like no other plan after, and maybe set out very, very early because I feel like I still missed some sort of like, I still want to go back. You know that feeling? You've gone to somewhere, but you still want to go back. That was it for me. This breakfast was everything. Like, it was just like a kind of how do I say it? A reward for doing so much work the day before because we worked. We're just working. And I like the fact that we didn't spend so much. There are a lot of paid activity, but we didn't spend so much. Aside from the museum and the garden, every other thing we did was free. Like, we're doing seeing a lot of places. You see that downtown is so beautiful. Like, you can see a lot of things just around that place alone. It was really so beautiful. And this breakfast was good. We're going straight.
Just straight to the hotel. Why would I not enter that road before?
Hey, hola summer. Hola summer. It's summer, darling. No sleeping. Let's go get this.
Babe, where's the water? You drank the second water.
Park day.
That's the problem.
Vancouver, what's up? Now we have your time.
So after the breakfast, our friends were returning to Calgary because they were returning like a day before us. We were returning like the fourth day, but very early in the morning as well. So we went to drop them at the airport, and we also planned to return the car because we didn't have need for it anymore. Like, we just wanted to rest. And we planned that we're going to maybe just stay in a park. So we dropped them at the airport, but the guy that was supposed to pick his car was not available at that time. So we just looked for this beautiful park. I'm going to put the name on the screen. It was free, and we used that time, like we while we were waiting, we just stayed here. We stayed here and we just like having some fun. Then we went back to the airport, and I wanted to do this thing that, before and after, like, because we planned to go to the beach, and I wanted to have that effect. I'll show you later what I wanted to do. And we used the train back to the hotel, back to the bus stop, basically. And from the bus stop, we took, like, was it about 8 minutes walk or thereabout? And we're just exploring the downtown. Like, it was so busy. So this was the time we now had in Vancouver to take everything in Vancouver itself. So we're just seeing things. I took some pictures here, and we were walking through the downtown. I like the downtown. Like, you're going to just be seeing a lot of like stores around. Just walk by, you're going to see like big brands by your side. I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice. And we just went to the hotel, and this was the time we now had to take the hotel in itself, because you won't believe, I wanted to do, what's it called, I wanted to do like a room tour and all of that, and there was no time. There was no single time. It was just at this point that we now sat down in the hotel to rest
Let's
and
see
just
my
enjoy
view.
the view.
Let's see my view. Yep. My view. So beautiful. Summer. Let me see. Bá mi gbé, bá mi gbé, bá mi gbé. Fún mi. Wá fún mi. Olúwa dá mi sí fún mi.
Okay, come and take examples of.
Fún mi.
Okay, I have
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, yeah. Tó jẹ́ tó gbádùn ẹ̀.
Mango ní Olúmiwá. Ìbàdí ẹ̀rọ mango. Ṣé ká tẹ ẹ̀rọ wò? Jẹ́ ká ra mango. Jẹ́ ká ra. Jọ jẹ́ ká ra. Jẹ́ ká ra sẹ̀.
So after resting in the hotel, we took a walk from our hotel to this beach, which was like the closest one. It's called English Bay Beach, and I think it was more than 15 minutes walk from our hotel. But we're well rested, we've slept, and we're just taking in the last few hours in Vancouver. It was so good. This auntie was just sleeping. Anytime we're outside, she's sleeping. And it was beautiful watching the sunset. Then I'm going to show you my transition video that I achieved. You know when you see something on Instagram and it looks pretty easy, like, oh, I can also do this transition, I'm gonna do it. Oh, when we got to this beach, That was how I was looking for polo. Like something thick, like the one I saw at the airport, like so that it's going to give that full transition effect. I didn't find. My husband finally told me, use this tiny one right behind us.
Mm-hmm.